Hi guys, it's 10:49. I'm on my way to work. I picked up a private duty client. I'm no longer working at a facility, and I have an explanation for that. I got fired from my job, laid off for a non-work related injury because non-work related injury, absences, all that other stuff, so they let me go. I exhorted my absentee days for the whole year. Apparently they only give you 6. I was accommodating them with working with my injury, and on April 1st I had to have surgery. I fell at my apartment complex January 17th, a night where we had exponentially low temperatures, like -11, -13 degrees, and I slipped and fell on some ice. Down underneath the ice was some stones, because here in Colorado they barely have any grass, and I ended up having my right knee meniscus tear, so I had surgery for that. So I'm in the process of a lawsuit with my apartment complex, and also my lawyer is looking into a wrongful termination thing from my employer. They handling all that. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Anyways, I weighed in this morning at 253, swelling from inflammation and things like that from the surgery. Yada yada yada. It is what it is. But I have to let you guys know what's going on. Fell January 17th. Went to the ER that Wednesday, which was my son's birthday. I think it was that Wednesday. Whatever day the 22nd was of January. I went to the ER that day, got some x-rays, they didn't find anything, chalked it up to being a bone bruise, said follow up in 2 weeks. I did so, 2-week follow-up, then they referred me to a orthopedic surgeon. The orthopedic surgeon set me up for an MRI, and that's when they found a meniscus tear. So, here we are today. Like I said, I had the surgery April 1st. It wasn't like a fool's joke, because I did have surgery that day. So, that happened. I got laid off, so my husband ended up starting his job. He went to work. He's been working nights Wednesday through Sunday at the nursing facility that we both used to work at before we moved out of Colorado. So that's where he's been working at. He works Wednesday through Sunday 3 to 10, so that's his schedule. So, being that I got laid off, I've been out of work for like 2 months, so I started working a private pay client through a reference of one of my coworkers at a previous facility that we all left, and stuff like that. She's an 80-year-old client, so we work in shifts and things like that. I'm working today, I'm working tomorrow, and then I'm off Thursday, Friday, because on the 17th of April, I have my primary care appointment with my primary care doctor to go over, because I haven't seen her in a while, because my insurance been bouncing back and forth, either I am approved or not, yada yada, whoop-de-whoop. So I'm back on Medicaid because unemployment reasons. My husband hasn't made the 90-day mark at his job yet to add us on insurance and things like that, so I had to resort back to Medicaid. I hate that I had to resort back to Medicaid, because I don't really want to rely on the government for assistance on that level. So until I decide what I want to do as far as open up my own private care company or things like that, getting LLC and all that, I'm just gonna go with the flow. And then Friday is my post-op appointment from my surgery. I had my surgery on the 1st, and my post-op isn't until the 18th. Go figure. Anyway, that's where we are right now. So this job here is under the table, so no taxes. I have to do a 1099 when tax time comes in, and just keep records of everything in my account until whatever happens with my client or not. So I will be off following this week here, Mondays and Tuesdays, so me and my husband and my son can have our days together off, and I'll just just be working with my client 6 to 2 from Wednesday till Sunday. Sounds fair enough. Besides that, what was the purpose of you even getting over here? You could have just okay, anyway. People don't pay attention to where they're driving out here. Anyways, you probably guys are wondering what's going on with the environment. Well, being that I lost my job, they also repossessed my car, and we just got this car a week ago. This is a 2013 Kia Sorento. We put $3,500 down from our income tax, and we're back to driving again. We were out of a car from February till a week ago. You know, we've been having friends and family out here in Colorado that's been so grateful to help us get around and things like that. We've had to walk a few times, and of course people getting upset with me, like, how can you walk and your knees the way that it is, yada yada. I was like, look, and before I had my surgery, I said, look, I got things I got to do, and I hate being dependent on people, especially people who sit there and say, call me, I'll help you, I'll be there for you. I call your ass and you don't answer your phone. So what does that leave me to do? Hello, people. I'm a New Yorker. Okay, I will get out there and I will walk where the hell I need to go. So I will get me and my son his stroller or a wagon, and we hit the dough. Got shit to do. Of course, people were upset with me about that, but hey, like I said, I got shit to do, and I'm not finna wait all day for you. Either you answer your phone or you don't, and I just ain't got that type of time. So now that we have a vehicle, driving back and forth is still hard because, number one, this is my right leg, my right knee. I'm right-handed. The gas pedal is on the right side. I don't drive with my left foot. I'm not trying to confuse myself down there like that. And this is not a manual. This is an automatic. Big difference. So that's what's going on with that. And we have a trip planned the week of Mother's Day weekend in May to go to Reno to go get some of our belongings. Obviously, we've been trying to do that for a hot minute, but I wasn't able to rent a car through Enterprise. Why? You've always had Enterprise. You've been with them since 2015. I said, yeah, I know. But Enterprise has changed their policy to now where if you rent with a debit card, you have to show proof of 2 utilities in your name. Yeah, that would be easy if my utilities weren't included in my rent. So I don't have separate utility bills. They don't want to hear that. Well, the only way you can do that is with a credit card. So I'm not finna go out there and get a major ass credit card. So I went and I got Chime. I'm fine with that. Anyway, so I'm using the Chime Credit Builder credit card and things like that. So all I gotta do is just transfer and deposit from my bank account into my Chime account if I wanted to rent a vehicle. I don't see why we have to go through so much ish, but that's what Enterprise's new policy apparently is. And I tried to get my best friend to rent the car with me, but they told me they still couldn't do it because in order for her to use the car under my name for reservation, we still had to have a major credit card. So yeah, tell me Enterprise ain't try to screw me royally without telling me that, okay? Yeah, but that's Enterprise. Anywho, I think that's where we all caught up at. I got down to 249 right before surgery, and like I said, I'm 253 this morning, so I'm still dealing with the bloating and everything like that from surgery. So that's where we are. But I think I got you guys all caught up to everything, and like I said, I'm on my way to my client's house right now. I'm running late. I got 2 minutes to get there, but yeah, we are all caught up. Junior's thriving. He's getting big, getting a pain in the butt, but what 3-year-old don't, right? Anywho, I will check in with you guys on the next video, but this is just a video about a bunch of updates. So I will catch y'all